Is 7. Oh, is it a touch screen?
No.
No, I have to hit this thing to hit
Yeah.
okay. We are okay. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Tanya, and everybody already knows that that's here. And Linnell, we're hanging at Linnell's house tonight because we had class for the last 2 days. So it was better to just stay here than drive all the way home. By the time we finished, I don't think I would have made it home. So tonight's class is choice and accountability. And okay, so we have the whiteboard up, and here are all of our skills for life. And all of these skills work together. The first one is thought, and thought is creative. What are we creating with our thoughts? And then we have perception, our beliefs, our experiences, traumas, good things that have happened in our lives, they all affect our perception. Then tonight's is choice and accountability. So we have an unlimited amount of choices in our life. How we're going to respond to situations, what we want to create, what we're going to do with our lives. And all of those choices as we walk through life, unlimited choices that come at us. And that's what I love about this little picture is all of those arrows going off in tons of different directions because we are totally at choice. And then accountability is about when we've made those choices and then we get the result of that choice. What has that choice brought us? Was it what we were hoping to create? Is it what we were hoping would come from that choice? Or is it not necessarily what we want to create? And so that accountability part helps us to look at what we can shift and change and to hopefully get the results we're looking for. Cause and effect, whatever we put out into the universe is going to come back in abundance. And that one flows right into abundance and gratitude. The universe is always giving us what we ask for in abundance, whether we're asking for it from our energy or from just what we put our focus on, whatever it is that we vibe with, we have the frequency of, we will get in abundance. And that's why the frequency of gratitude is so great, because when you're grateful for things, even the hard stuff, when you can be in gratitude, you will receive more of what you want in abundance. The next one's health and healing. And this is definitely really good for those of us in the healing professions to look at, is because we're working with energy and assisting people. And it's good to actually look at the physical too, because sometimes we forget we're not just up here in our field, we are a physical body. And it's important to take care of that. And the last one is harmony and rhythm. And our universe and this pretty blue planet that we live on all work together in harmony and have a rhythm that you can either be in harmony and rhythm or against it. And if you're just a little off, you're going to find that life's a little harder. It's important to find our own rhythms and to flow with the rhythm of the planet. Kind of like if you were to go outside in 100 degrees with a heavy down coat on for winter, you're going to be uncomfortable because you would definitely be out of rhythm with what Mother Nature is serving up at that point in time. So all of these work together and they go in a circle. And in a circle, but also they affect each other in lots of ways. The other list just to the left is our community pieces. The first one is HHF, which stands for Help My Hair is on Fire. And that is whenever life is tough or you just need a little more energy, you can text anybody in the group and say HHF, and you don't have to tell the story, because a lot of times we get wrapped up in the story and, oh my gosh, this was so bad, and we repeat it over and over and over again, and we almost ingrain some of those traumas in our body. And if we can just say, hey, I just need some extra energy right now, we don't have to tell the story, we don't have to get wrapped up in it or tell people what's going on for us. It's just we need energy, and they will send. The 4-step self-care protocol is the next one. And it is actually spelled out in detail in one of the pieces to the left. There's things that you can download so you can have that. There's the pattern cycle, and there's the 4-step self-care protocol totally laid out for you, so that when you're home and you're in a crisis or you're triggered, that will walk you through step by step exactly what to do to help you feel better in the moment, so that you can be the therapeutic person in your life. There's some other things here that have been saved here for you, and you can download those right off of this whiteboard. Okay, and then back to the little symbols. There we go. Thank you, Tyler. Okay, then we have the universal 2x4. This one is really important with choice and accountability, because when we get hit with those universal 2x4s, that's when you can really look at accountability and say, okay, this particular thing that I'm not so fond of keeps happening over and over and over. And if I'm going to be accountable for the things that keep showing up in my life, I want to look at those universal 2x4s, those things that upset me, the things that trigger me, the things that knock me out of my peace. What are those things? Because if I can look at the choices that led me to that, then I am accountable for what's in front of me, so that I can make a better choice and hopefully get what I do want. The Mack truck is when you ignore those universal 2x4s. The Mack truck is big stuff, like a divorce, like cancer, illness, big things that just absolutely knock you off your path, that send you to the hospital in one way or another, or just absolutely depressed. That's why it's really important to listen to those universal 2x4s before you get to the Mack truck. Then the next one is our acronym, Pay Attention Inside Now. And that's important because if you're in any kind of pain, spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, it's important to pay attention to that so that you can feel better. Okay, and then the last one is that great red cancel that. It's such a good tool to have when you start to notice that you're saying things that aren't necessarily bringing you what you want. You can cancel that, or you just don't want to put that energy out in the world. um and it's good as a community that when somebody will say something, oh, I caught myself saying it today. There was something going on. I said, yeah, it's always something. How is that bringing into my life more? Always something that I've got to deal with. So cancel that's a really good tool. Okay, thank you, Tyler.
Mhm.
All right. So we're going to start tonight with the imagery for the principle of choice and accountability. So everyone, either sit down, lay down, get comfortable. Check in with your body, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and gently let that breath out. Just relaxing in and out. This imagery is for choice and accountability. Imagine that your timeline is on a road with a yellow interrupted line down the middle. Where you are standing now is the present moment. The future is ahead of you, the past behind you. There is a warm, safe feeling here. Imagine now that you can rise up out of your body, still connected to it through a silver and gold thread. Look down on your timeline in the direction of the past. Notice how easily your consciousness can travel along it. Find a recent time on the line when you made a choice about your future. Just look down on that time and watch yourself go through your process of making the choice. Notice any alternatives, especially any alternatives that seem very desirable or possibly better than the choice you made. Take a moment to watch yourself considering your alternatives. Then move down onto the timeline and travel forward on it to the present time. Now move ahead into the future on the same timeline. Travel forward to a time when it seems like your choice has come to a completion. Look down on your timeline from above it and notice the outcome. Let any image that comes to you be okay. Notice how you feel about the outcome you sense. Now move back along the timeline to that time when you first made the choice. Look down on that timeline again as you did before. Notice again the alternatives, especially the one you thought was very desirable or possibly better than the choice you made. Focus on this alternative choice. Now move down onto the timeline and travel forward on it to the present time. Now travel into the future again on the same timeline to a different result. Travel forward to a time when it seems like your choice has come to a completion. Look down on your timeline from above it and notice the outcome. Let any image that comes to you be okay. Notice how you feel about the outcome you sense. Become aware of the learning for you here. Notice again that warm, safe feeling you had when we started this imagery. Let it fill you. Awaken to the insights available to you as you now consider new choices. Now, as you pause above your own body in the present time, consider a choice you are faced with now. Consider the many alternatives that you can imagine. Choose one and commit yourself to it. Travel forward to a time when it seems like your choice has come to a completion. Look down on your timeline from above it and notice that outcome. Let any image that comes to you be okay. Notice how you feel about the outcome. Now move along your timeline to the present time when you first made this choice. Look down on it again as you did before. Notice again the alternatives. Find another alternative that you think is very desirable or possibly better than the choice you made. Focus on this alternative choice. Now move down onto the timeline and travel forward on it to the future, to a time when it seems like your choice has come to a completion. Look down on your timeline from above and notice the outcome. Let any image that comes to you be okay. Notice how you feel about the outcome you sense. Become aware of the learning you have received. Notice again that warm, safe feeling you had when you started this imagery. Let it fill you. Awaken to the insights available to you as you now consider new choices. Notice how great the energy is at the completion of the cycle of creation, compared to how little energy it took to make the choice at the beginning of the cycle. As you become filled with this imagery, allow yourself to gently become aware of your connection with this earthly dimension. As I count from 1 to 3, you will be fully returned to the earthly dimension we started in. 1, become aware of your surroundings in the room. Notice your breathing, feeling your body in the space you presently occupy. 2, become aware of your body, contacting its surroundings, the temperature of the room, becoming aware of the people around you in the room. Become aware of my presence with you here online, returning to the present, ready and refreshed, feeling strong yet relaxed, focused yet alert, and in your own body. And 3, open your eyes. Come into your own body here and now, present time. Ground by reaching out and holding the hand of the person next to you, or gripping the steering wheel or the table in front of you. Imagine the energy flowing down your spine into the middle of the earth and grounding. Okay. How was that for everybody? Anybody want to share? Tyler.
I noticed quite a shift in energy with the guided part of the imagery, and it's unique. I felt like it was a little bit more empowering. I being aware that your mind can create that imagery is one thing, but then experiencing it is also helpful in forming habits. So that was great.
Yeah, that is a interesting way of seeing it, that's something you can access when you're looking at different choices, and like you said, make it a habit of, oh, what if I imagine what could happen with this choice? Where could it take me? That's cool. Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else have anything to share?
I was actually holding on the steering wheel, but it brought me to a space of think before you act. If I make this choice, would it have a person or a thing removed in my life? Is it worth it? Is it worth keeping? Where is it going to take me? And I've learned that it's better to be in the present and take responsibility of the moment. Don't dwell in the past and brighten the future. And it's better to be accountable. So it was awesome. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, great. How was it for you?
I felt myself leaving and then coming back and then leaving. But I kind of got it because maybe it's because we're in personal power class right now, but accountability, it's just where life is. It's like being self-aware enough to know that every choice brings in accountability. And I've just found that it's more joyful and happy to actually take responsibility and accountability for everything I attract. When I do that, I don't feel like a victim. I don't feel like, oh, there's something I can do. If I helped create this, then there's something I can do to really move forward if it's I need to go out of it or fully own it. If it as something that I choose to keep. So also personally empowered people, if they make a choice and they don't like it, you can always choose again. But if you're not accountable, then it feels like you have to defend it. Well, that was my choice, so I've got to, you know, defend it when I just could choose again if it's not working for me. And if it is working for me, keep it. Keep it. I know that sounds simplistic, huh? But it's like, oh, it's really working for me to have an abundance mentality, to think about the cause and effect from everything that I do and say. It really does work. And it's almost like everything I study, I don't mean to say, oh, we've been doing that in rapid eye for years in the life skills. I don't want to say that because I want to be teachable. And there's a new layer and level that I could learn every day of my life. And after 30 some years with these, you'd think only being 7 laws that it would get old, but it's not. And I don't know if that makes me really boring or if I could actually just celebrate that I am the chooser of my life. And it's important to be the chooser and to own it. Own every single thing that shows up in front of me so that I can be empowered instead of at a loss of what to do, or feeling victimy, which I can get into too, but feeling victimy, like, why does this keep happening to me? And I'm borrowing from my friend Tanya. What if it all works out? What if it all works out? And I'm going to keep saying that to myself whenever I doubt or I feel faithless. Yeah, that was kind of
Cool.
I was going all over the place, and I think I was because I'm kind of slightly tired.
Thank you. Yeah, I noticed when reading it, because oddly enough, I've tried this imagery with someone else reading it and like fell asleep, got lost. So tonight reading it, I kind of thought of when my husband and I were looking at moving down to Oregon from Washington and the house that we chose and the experiences we've had since we bought it. And then also the house that got away, the one that we thought we were moving to, and how different that choice would have been had we not landed where we are. And then, looking at possible choices that I've got right in front of me right now and how that will feel, and the two different ways of looking at that too. The less desirable choice and the choice that I hope for, or not necessarily hope for, but the choice that could come to be. So I that was kind of cool. This is the first time I've really got this one. So I think the reason things aren't boring with all of the 7 is because there's always another layer of us. We're always peeling back those layers and changing and shifting and thinking different thoughts and moving and growing, and um you make different choices when you know better. Experience definitely affects those choices. So, did anyone else want to chime in? Okay.
For me, it brings a lot of peace being able to keep track of outcomes and pondering my role. Because just like Linnell's describing, when you realize your connection to it, it brings a lot of peace because you realize you have control. And when you have control, I mean that for people who are seeking balance and they're seeking peace and they're seeking, that homeostasis in life, that's everything. At least for me, it's everything.
Well, and that you it's having the being response able,
Yeah.
that when life throws things at you, can you pause so that you can choose instead of just reacting? Because a lot of times when we react to the stimulus and the things that come at us in our world, it is not pretty. It could be we can make a mess and be accountable for that mess and say, okay, I want to choose differently so that, like you said, I can find balance. I can find my way so that I don't feel like I keep coming up against situations that I have to take a deep breath and pause and really choose how to respond, being response able.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a yeah, that everything that shows up somewhere along the line, we've chosen it.
It's so weird because don't you think that every once in a while something comes up and you go, there's no way I would have chosen this. No way. But yet, here it is. And I just have to believe in my soul's journey has a higher plan for me. And that just because I don't remember everything right now, I think there's an after party of life. And when we all get there, we're going to go, man, you had a cow about that. And you totally planned it and sent it to yourself. And then we'll have to like be accountable and laugh about it, you know? But it's like, sometimes it doesn't seem like I would choose anything like that. And haven't you looked at other people's lives and gone, damn, I'm glad I didn't choose that. You know, it's like, oh, I'm so grateful that I do have the life I have, even it with its frustrations.
Yeah. What was Char's son's name?
Um,
I can't remember.
starts with a K.
Yeah.
McCain?
McCain.
Thank you, Amanda. I loved it. So when we the symbol for accountability is a person and a check mark. And he always said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I love that. It's just these little things that, it's like, okay, yeah, if I check myself, then I'm less likely to make a mess I've got to go clean up later.
Yeah.
I can look at the accountability of it. And even sometimes there are so many times life throws us opportunities to say, poor me. It wasn't my choice. I didn't do this. But
Yes,
yet
you did.
I can look back and find 1,000 little choices that led me to that one.
So in school, when I was getting in counseling, they told us that here's a little secret. If you want to know the secret to mental health, it's not how many messes you make, because we're mess making machines. We're down here to learn and grow. It's how quickly you clean them up. So when I make messes, I woke up in the middle of the night last night going, I put the wrong handout in those guys' folders. I don't want them to read that handout yet.
Were you supposed to give them that one?
No. And I was like, first thing this morning, man, I was like, can I see your folder? And I just simply took it out. And every person that came in, can I see your folder? And I just had to laugh at myself and go, okay, I'm cleaning up a mess. That means I'm on my way to better mental health, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't even tell you I messed up, did I?
No.
I just took care of it. And I think the quickly, clean it up, whatever mess you made today, clean it up. Because tomorrow, who knows? Tomorrow it's your turn. You make the mess tomorrow, will you?
I make plenty of them. But also, like we were talking about communication today, and different people communicate in different ways and hear things differently. And sometimes the messes we make are just in communication. And to be able to go to that person who may be butthurt about something you said and say, oh, that wasn't what I wanted to create with you. My choice is this, and this is what I'd like to create with you. Because sometimes it's just a communication glitch. And those are messes that can be easily cleaned up or allowed to get bigger and bigger and more of a problem and totally cause things that we're not anticipating coming up in our lives.
So I was talking to Mom Renee, and I said, hey, it's choice and accountability this week. And she goes, oh, so you're going to be walking in that energy all week. And I said, well, it's Tanya's teaching, so she has to. And she laughed and she said, no, you are too. We all are. But it's like, if you know that it is more healthy, okay, if it's more functional and more mature to be accountable, okay? So what did you say? When your butt hurt about something and you're like trying to say, it wasn't my fault, it wasn't my fault. Think of the time and energy you'll save if you just own it. Just go, yeah.
Or if you get butt hurt and throw a fit, make it even bigger kerfluffle because not not having the resource or the energy to be able to respond.
Yeah. And so she told me, she goes, I never expected Rapid Eye to go where it did or did. I'm just a dirt farmer from Wyoming. And I go, Ma, really? Come on. You're so much more than that. And not that that's bad. It's not bad. She goes, no, I didn't really expect to go. And in her day, it was okay to say retard. So I'm not offending anyone. Okay. I'm not offending anybody, but she said, well, sometimes God uses retards to do really good things.
Oh,
Right?
geez.
You know, so I go, Mom, Rabbit Eye's so much more than that. And she goes, I'm just who I am. And I love that, even though that's not really a politically correct word anymore, but that's in her day it was,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that she was trying to say God works in mysterious ways through people that you might not expect. And she goes, I'm just Renee Johnson. And I said, well, Renee Johnson, you know what? You brought forth something that has really helped a lot of people. And I love that. And I just love being a part of it. I mean, I must have over there in the pre-life party said, hey, you're going down there to do that Rapid Eye thing. Why don't I be your daughter? What do you think? She probably turned me down. But then I begged and said, hey, really want to be a part of that. And so here we are. Here we are taking time out of our busy lives. Okay. Some of us sitting in dark parking lots. Okay. doing our life, and
That's right.
that's right, and we're taking time out of our lives to really discuss it. I mean, down to earth and authentic. Okay, really, God uses people to, we're the arms and legs and voice that spirit has in this dimension. So here we go. And I'm so blessed.
Well, and what a gift Kelton is to your family and to all of us that, if it wasn't for him, I mean, it was a desperate attempt of a mother to help her son.
Yeah, there's not really much loftier goal than that, is to show up for your children and be responsible. Find something, because there was nothing at the time in the medical model. They didn't even have the word autism till 1962. Think about that. Or maybe it was 8. I'm not even sure anymore. But I just think
And most people were institutionalized
they
when they
were,
were as affected as Kelton is.
and they just called them retarded.
Yeah.
That was like the word for it, and I think, wow, Kelton's brought, because of Kelton, a lot of things have happened on this planet, and yet he lives in such frustration that he can't communicate. you know he doesn't get to go to Wendy's every day. We just can't afford it. And at times he gets frustrated at the dentist. And this week, as I chased him down the halls of the hospital because he had to be medicated because he pushed the dental hygienist, I thought, you know what? You brought a really great thing to the planet. Can we just keep your teeth clean? Can we just do that? It felt hard. So I'm not a victim to it. I'm just saying, I'm glad still to have the responsibility, even when it feels like, wow, could you just get along? You had to be there.
Well,
Could I just, sorry, could I just say that in my opinion, Kelton has owned himself a piece of heaven, because to me that's exactly where he's gonna go. He's healed my Riley, and I'm just so grateful. I could cry about it right now. He's healed so many, and I just have to share that moment because it's a moment of gratitude that I'm feeling. So I'm just so grateful.
Me too.
yeah.
I'm grateful too. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it. Love it.
Yes, same here.
And I love your sweet tears, Benet. You know what the
Oh,
Native,
thank you.
you know what they believe? They believe that for every tear that you shed, you save years of your life.
Mm.
Your tears cleanse the earth. So I would rather hear those higher concepts. I don't care what culture they come from. And think about that and feel that emotion running through me. And I felt that quite a bit this week in a spiritual way, not an anger or upset way. Just, I'm so glad that I can read, that I still have eyes to see, and that I can listen to a book, and that I can read a poem and listen to music. And they're simple things, but they add a quality of life that helps me actually be more accountable. I can find my joy, even if it's not at the dentist with Kelton. I can have other things that bring a lot of joy, and I'm glad. And taking care of Kelton is not a have to, it's a get to. Okay.
It was a choice.
It was a choice I made somewhere, that at this time in my life, I was going to take care of my mom and my brother and 6 acres and rapid eye technicians. And I'm having a lot of joy. It's a good thing. And I'm loving it. So I'm grateful. I know that's like next week's lesson or whatever, but
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I feel grateful. I feel really awesome to be a part of these skills for life, but also all the other things going on right now. I know that if we had the time, here, I'll tell my fantasy. You ready? A portal opens up, we go into it, and there's all the kind of food you could ever imagine. It's really awesome. Chocolate. We get to eat whatever we want, won't get fat, blood sugar won't go up, and I can sit at your feet and listen to your life, where you've been and who you are, and all the cool creative stuff that you have, and offer and look in your eyes and feel your spirit and share love. And I think there's coming a day where we probably won't wave a wand anymore, so to speak.
Mhm.
We probably won't even have to get hypnotized or any of that, all the cool stuff that we could do to heal. I think we'll look in each other's eyes and we'll experience so much love and so much gratitude that love becomes the verb of light. I say it all the time, but it's an actual substance and it heals. And I thank you. Thanks, Benay, for sparking my gratitude. I feel it too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your wisdom and for all that you said. It hits home and I love it. I love it, Liddell. Thank you.
Well, and what you said, I caught in there too, that choices, what's your motivation for what you're choosing? If you come from love with your choices, I think they're going to work out a whole lot better for you.
What if it all works out?
What if it all works out? Yeah, because sometimes, um, I don't want to pick on my friend Amanda, but I love you. um, Last year for this class, it was at a different time, but it was this class. Amanda and I had so much fun. We went to a wig store and she had a particular look that she needed for a activity that we were doing. And sometimes, Amanda, choices for you can be difficult, but it was really fun to watch you look at each one. We took a picture of her in each one to really look at it from, she could be removed from just looking in the mirror and look at a photograph and go, oh, well, I kind of like that one. Oh, but what about that one? And it was really fun to be with you to make that choice. And
What we chose was perfect.
yeah,
Couldn't have asked for a better wig. It was perfect.
yeah, it was great. And but sometimes just choosing can be a process.
Well, I'm not sure it even matters so much what we choose, is that we choose. We make choices, and if we don't like the choice, we can choose again. Okay? And most of us, it's not a choice between eating sourdough bread or axe murdering. It's not like that. Most of the time, I tried to pick some extremes here. Most of the times, it's more like, wow, will I do this? Will it be fun? Or will I get criticized? Or what will they think? Those kind of choices. And you can always choose again. Personally empowered people don't decide, they just choose. So they don't have to defend, they can just choose again. There you go.
Well, it was really funny because the next store we went to, I was looking for dance shoes. And Amanda, I think, was just a little like, holy cow, you walked in the door, you told the guy what you wanted, he handed you a pair, you tried them on, we left. I tend to, with things like that, I tend to just, yep, that, let's go. and, and so it was fun to see the differences in how we choose. And I loved it. When my husband and I were remodeling our home in Washington. We were working with a group of guys, and they would go to Home Depot. We actually got to the point where we were calling it Home Desperate when it was the fifth trip of the day. But they would go and take hours at the Home Depot, and then they would get back and they were missing something, and they say, oh, we need this. Okay, I'll go. What took them hours, I would get back in 15 minutes. They were like, how did you do that? I don't know why I seem to make choices really quickly. And maybe that's a clue for me too, that sometimes I need to slow down and really consider and take that photo and really look at, does this look good on me? Is this the look I'm going for? Is this what I want? So,
It's not
yeah.
what you choose, it's that you choose. We're here to choose. So what do you choose?
Choose and choose and choose and choose again. Life is all unlimited choices.
Now I can't wait to hear the song again that Tyler wrote for tonight.
So good.
I'm really loving these songs for the skills for life.
Oh, thank you, Linnell. I appreciate that, and I'm glad that other people appreciate them too. Thank you.
Oh,
I was going to say something else too. When you get in the habit of choosing consciously, you get out of the habit of reacting, and I've felt the power of that. My hope and my gratitude to you, Linnell, and to Rapid Eye Education, by extension, Renee, I'm saying to all of you, it's changed the way that I speak.
mm,
I speak differently because I'm recognizing that even when I'm not feeling the belief that I have a choice, I can pause and say, oh my gosh, this isn't freedom. When I'm reacting, when I find myself reacting, I can say, hey, that's not freedom. I don't feel free, you know? And then I realize, okay, I can take a moment, I can make a choice. And so, in gratitude to you, it's become less and less where I find myself reacting. So,
hallelujah. That's
Yeah.
where I want to be too, is where nothing has the power to break my peace. Wouldn't that be great?
Mhm.
Just that. That was so awesome.
Yeah, the power to break my peace, or it's like sometimes for me where there's a moment where there could be a reaction, it's just being able to, oh, and I lost it.
Brain fart? Oh, sorry.
Maybe it'll come back next April. But yeah, yeah.
Could I fill in? Could I fill in on that?
Yes, please.
Please do.
I noticed that when it's like I could choose to react, but then how am I going to feel afterwards? I'm going to feel like crap. All my energy is going to drain. Everything that I've learned, it's like, starting all over to square one. It's a drainer. It's an energy drainer. Why even go there? Why lose it? Is it worth it? That's the conversations I have been lately.
Yeah. Okay, Amanda had a question. Oh, and it disappeared.
Amanda, what was your question?
Oh, I was just curious, in the world of being accountable, I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's like, what do you do when you've been affected by an accident? Something happens to you, and you just have to adapt to it. And I know, like, I can choose how I feel about it and how I move forward, but I feel at a loss because I feel like for me, this seems to be some kind of Mack truck for me, and I'm not sure exactly how I attracted it. Maybe it's the act of even wanting to play soccer, I guess. It's just a risk you take. Even if you were to go on a jog, it's a risk, you know? So I'm like wondering anyone's thoughts on that and like being accountable, but also with choices and
Well, it's
everything.
accountable that you even thought to ask the question. Why would I send this experience to myself? Why did I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you might not be able to see it for a while. Maybe you will. I don't know. But I do know this. I always go back to the old reliable. What part of my body did it happen in? Okay. And it's in your wrist, which is a joint that represents your ease of movements from one thing to another in life. Okay. Your transitions. And I think, can I just tell you from Gospel According to Linnell what I think?
Sure.
I think that in the past, you've had transition problems, transcended from this relationship to that relationship, this class to that class. Okay, it's just, it's the change. It's the I'm gonna miss the old, and the future's unsure. But the ease of that movement and that transition is in that joint. It's near your hand. Can you handle it? How are you gonna handle it? It's your choice. You can be sad about this, or you can go, wow, you know what, in the bigger picture, I'm glad I broke my wrist and not my leg. Didn't you say that online? I read it somewhere. I think that we just don't know. It's like being told by spirit to pull over. You don't even know why. And then later down the road, you see a wreck. So maybe you dodged a bullet. Oh, that's not a good thing to say in Utah right now.
Dodged a ball.
Yes,
Yeah.
I dodged a ball. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do that to myself a lot. And for me, sometimes it's I chose to rush or I chose to, I think it was the first rapid eye basic training I went to. I was tired. It was the last day of training. We had just been sent home and I was making dinner and I cut my finger. Landed myself in the ER. I'd never had to have stitches before. I took it right to the bone. It was awful. And it's like, okay, this was an accident, but was there something I could look at that may assist me to not have those kinds of accidents happen again? And then I was walking through into the training room 3 weeks ago and landed my knees on the floor. I ended up on the floor. I fell again, messed up my knee. And what can I learn from that? Going to the accountability of what like Linnell said, what's it here to teach me? Knees are
A joint.
but it's also it's fear of moving forward, isn't it too?
It's stubborn ego and pride.
Stubborn ego and pride.
Is it yours? I think we should blame Eric because he's not here. I'm joking.
But yeah, and sometimes it is somebody else's energy, or maybe before you got here, you said to the gal that kicked the ball so hard, you know what? I'll do that for you.
I'm gonna break your wrist in November of 2025, and it'll be a gift for you. And you'll say later, you'll go, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you'll get up to the afterlife and go, oh, I had such a cow about that broken wrist.
And start to laugh, because you can cry, but why not laugh? Get busy painting that wrap or cast or whatever it is. Get busy making it art. Turn it into art.
And look at you, you can do hard things. You had surgery. You got through it.
And you didn't die.
Yeah, but did you die?
No.
And I can still play my trombone. I found a way.
Good. Look at how adaptable you are.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have known that. Yeah. So there's a lot of ways to look at it. The fact that you're just asking the question is amazing. You're growing, you're changing, you're looking at things in different ways. The week before, perspective, you've taken that kaleidoscope and just shifted it one little turn because you had another opportunity. And then it's where do you take it from here? The next time you play soccer, are you going to hold on to that fear of that ball coming at you again? Or are you going to say,
Glad to be here. Turn it into joy.
yeah,
Turn
I
it
just
into
find it-
art and joy.
I find it wild because the last time I played soccer in middle school, I also stopped because I got an injury. But then I got back into it, and then I got another injury.
That's okay. Keep going.
Yeah.
Being in a body is great.
okay. Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah.
We send you healing energy for that bone to knit and do what it
Thank
needs to
you.
do to
Yeah.
heal.
And to your knee, Tanya.
Yeah, my knee. Oh, your sister worked on my knee today. Oh, it was great.
And if anyone else has things that have happened to them recently,
Yeah.
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 sending energy to that too.
Yes. Okay, we're ready for Tyler's song.
We're looking forward to it.
It's catchy too. It's another one that's going to earworm me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
We are so training tired.
Am I reacting, making haste out of deed? Is the course I'm on coursing right through me? No hold upon the whole of it, no half that can be seen. Am I vaguely connected, in and out of being? Does slowing down feel like a trap? Will something gain on me, or is it value in disguise? Opportunity, if I stay just long enough, I might get my bearings and feel the shackles fall, realizing I have wings. I steer the ship, I'm at the head, not cruise controlling and acting instead. First in my mind, the results it can bring, choosing the start, finish of things. I'm counting abilities with each new scene. Accountability, setting me free. I'm not going to find myself saying when, 'cause I'm gonna choose and choose again. I wanna catch up to the unknown ahead, though it remind before it was said. Putting my name on outcomes and in commanding how my impressions will spend. Will I get there just to lie down? And is there just a mess for chance waiting around to toss me about and size up my plight? Or will I elect to stand and show it my full height? I steer the ship, I'm at the head, not cruise controlling and opting instead. First in my mind, the results it can bring, choosing to start and finish of things. I'm counting abilities with each new scene. Accountability, setting me free. I'm not going to find myself saying when, 'cause I'm gonna choose and choose again. As long as it's here, as long as it's now, I'm looking onward, finding my own way out. Not waiting for anything, even accidentally giving consequence its identity. I'm counting abilities with each new scene. Accountability, setting me free. I'm not gonna find myself saying when, 'cause I'm gonna choose and choose again.
Thank you, Nancy, for dancing. That was great.
He's got the right bebop beat for my favorite one.
There you go. All you needed was leg warmers.
Leg warmers, yeah.
That was really good, Tyler.
Yeah, and I stole your leg warmer joke. Sorry.
So good. Thank you. Really, total gratitude. These songs have just been great.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Do we have all 7 now? Is there one
Oh,
for?
we have one more. We have one more. So I'm supposed to be teaching the cause and effect next class. So you got one more to complete 7. At least.
Okay, are you teaching that next week or is it me?
Yeah.
You are? Oh yeah! Woohoo! Love it when you make a class. That's awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Well, to wrap it up, everybody go out there and choose.
And no, you choose abilities. Which abilities are you going to choose? I say, I think I'd like to fly.